I'm in the Spanish city of Burgos tonight to watch my first bullfight. My presence here does not signal approval of this practice, but I am curious as to why so many Spanish people are still attracted to a cultural activity that many people in Spain and outside consider to be cruel. And the person they've all come here to see tonight is Spain's most famous bullfighter, Morente de la Puebla. He was gored very seriously by a bull in Seville last year and retired, but he's come back from retirement now. He's also somebody who has suffered from depression in the past and is quite open about it, and he's a huge celebrity here in Spain. A lot of people here today from different fraternal organisations locally. It's a day out in the year for all of them. They're looking forward to what's about to happen here in the basketball arena, which has been converted into the bull ring for the day. I just come from my first bullfight here in Spain, Burgos, and it'll be my last one. It was quite a spectacle. You can see all the young people outside. We've got brass bands playing. It's obviously a spectacle that the whole town looks forward to every year. And the main man came out, Morente de la Puebla. I am no aficionado, as they say. The first bull was a disaster, and the crowd were jeering because it wasn't a clean kill. There were two bullfighters after that. They were much better. And then Morente came around the second time, and this was a clean kill. He killed the bull with a sword at the first attempt. And you can see that there's a lot of grace and beauty to his movement and what he does. He's obviously a man with a strong sense of dignity and so on. And you can hear the crowd. They absolutely love him. They were standing on their feet. They were waving the white hankies at him. He's a superstar in Spain. It was a beautiful spectacle until the cruelty at the end of it. The spikes that are putting the bull's back to weaken it, and you can see the matted blood on the poor animal as it staggers around the place, and then killing afterwards. The crowd were shouting and roaring and leaping on their feet, and I don't understand why. This is a civilized country. We're in an arena, an air-conditioned arena where there's usually basketball matches where fortunately nobody gets killed. But I just found the whole bloodlust of this thing really, really depressing. And I don't understand why people think this is a spectacle that should be embraced. I know people say it's part of Spanish culture, but there's an awful lot of Spaniards who think otherwise. In fact, the majority of the population think otherwise according to recent surveys. But the Socialist Party in government is not really a big fan of bullfighting, but they abstain from a vote on taking away its protected cultural heritage. And bullfighting isn't just an issue of animal cruelty. In fact, for an awful lot of its supporters, it goes to the heart of what it means to be Spanish. And for them, it's literally a life and death issue. They will fight whatever it takes to keep bullfighting going in Spain. Another thing I noticed here today was the number of young people that were here. It used to be a sport that was embraced by people over a certain age, but apparently it's become extremely popular among young people. It's a way for them to express their Spanish identity. So bullfighting has become associated with right-wing politics in Spain, just like so many other parts of Spanish culture. It isn't just about bullfighting, it's about a certain idea of Spain, I suppose you could call it. My own presence here today is to do with the fact that I read Ernest Hemingway's book, Death in the Afternoon, which was written in 1923. And even then, he was saying that there was an awful lot of people thought that bullfighting was cruel, but he was more concerned about the cruelty to the horses. And one of the things I noticed here today was that the horses were being gored by the bulls, but they now have a protective shield around them. Obviously, the bullfighters themselves, they take a risk every time they go into the ring. That's a choice. Bull has no choice. The other thing is, it's not a fair fight because, except in very, very rare occasions or so I'm told, the bull always dies. And why? For what? as they say, try everything once except Morris dancing and incest. I'm making a glib point here, but I won't be back. I don't understand why people love this cultural activity so much. It's just too cruel.